Hey, welcome back, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I am the Down with Doug, and this is 5 Minute Fridays. Today we're covering Warrior II. All right, so welcome back, guys. Get yourself into your mat. We're going to start at the top. Just like last week, we're going to start in a standing position, Tadasana position. But I want us to take a little more time to focus in on this. But before that, let's get that timer started. So, Tadasana position, right at the top of your mat. Feet are together, ankles together, legs zipped up nice and strong. This part is very important. The core is engaged. All right, we bring that navel towards spine, hips towards ribs, take the curve out the back, whatever you want to call it, engage this core. And as we do that, some people say it's like a 20% engagement, although that can be really hard to gauge exactly how much percentage your core is engaged. Either way, we want to make sure that the lower body and the upper body are talking, and there's a slight scoop through the belly. Hands come down, roll the shoulders up, nice broad chest. But note, as we make this chest broad, our ribs want to stick out. Bring them back into space by engaging that core again. Those two things work not in unison, but rather in opposition. That was the word. So keep fighting the two. As you open the chest, keep that tailbone tucked under, engage those glutes, engage those thighs. All right, this open Tadasana position is something we're going to refer to. Notice how your legs are active, pressing into the ground. Now, keeping that nice engagement, hands at heart center, lift this right foot up and step it back towards the back of the mat. Now, unlike last week where we wanted the legs apart, here we want the legs almost on a tightrope. While I'm standing here, this is quite unbalanced. So to make it more balanced, I drop that back heel down. Back heel is down, blade edge of the foot is pressing to the ground, very similar to Warrior I. And as you remember, we want to really use that quad to press that foot down. Now, you'll notice the heel and arch on one line, probably better on this camera. So Warrior I, we're out here. Here, we want to draw a line from that heel all the way to the arch of that foot. That's going to set us up quite nicely for the next part. Hands on your hips here. You're going to start to bend this left knee, but I want you to keep tracking the left knee over the toes. What's going to happen is it wants to tend to fall inwards. Keep it tracking towards the toes, slide towards the pinky edge. If you get here and you feel like your knee is going to overshoot your ankle, then you either take a step forward with that foot or step back with that foot. You get the idea. What we don't want is this knee overshooting the ankle. So it's nice and engaged now. I can start to feel a little bit of work here. And to keep this all solid, we squeeze the legs towards one another while placing that blade edge right down. Legs are super active here. This unison of pulling together here makes a lift up through the core. And to make sure that we're not arching, again, tailbone tucks under, looking a lot like our Tadasana here. From here, arms sweep around. They don't have to go that fancy way. I don't know why I did it like that. Arms come parallel to the ground. Couple of things to note. Make sure the torso, as we've leaned forward, hasn't leant forward too. I see that a lot in my class. As people want to go deeper, they tend to lean forward. Don't lean forward. Let your torso stay in space and just let the leg travel a little bit forward, drop through the hips, and let it go down, but don't surf the torso forward. When the arms are parallel, the front one always we keep an eye on, but quite often this back one ends up all over the place. Take a moment, look back, look at that hand, see if it's almost over that foot or that ankle in the back. Arms parallel now, we're in a good place. Another big mistake I see is shoulders up here because we're so tense thinking that we're getting it right. Relax the shoulders, long necks. We love long necks in yoga, so stay nice and lifted. Last thing to note, this is our drishti or our focal point, this ring finger of this left hand or the front hand if you've got the other leg in front. Take our gaze there. And now we breathe, making sure we're still engaged in that core. We're not letting that flay out. We inhale and exhale. And we hold here. With just 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. And really start to connect with what this feels like. And when you're done, bring the hands to heart center, come on those toes, spring forward, back into Tadasana, hands down. So that there is Warrior II, and that was 5 Minute Fridays. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope it's been useful. Make sure you smash, click, like, subscribe, or comment below for any videos you would like to see, and we'll be back next week with another 5 Minute fix. If you see the trend, it's probably going to be Warrior III. Until then, you've been awesome. I've been the Down with Doug. Catch you next time.